Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the Kentucky Help statewide call center is expanding its hours to help more people in the Commonwealth. And a Prestonsburg community is working towards repairing its drain system.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6 a.m. on January 3rd. Now let's check in with meteorologist Shane Smith for a look at your forecast this morning. And Shane, it's a good day to start your morning with a hot cup of coffee. Grab a jacket. Man, I would not want to get off the couch this morning.
Yeah, coffee, hot chocolate, tea, any kind of hot drink. It is a chilly start. I feel you. I'm not wanting to get rolling this morning. But as we get rolling through the day, we're going to see a little bit of cloud cover buildup throughout the region. Right now, satellite and radar showing mainly clear skies. There's a few passing clouds out there, but we're going to see those clouds increase throughout the day today. Got a storm system passing by to the south. That's going to sling a few clouds our way. And then we've got a cold front coming in tonight. That may bring us a few flakes of snow tomorrow morning. Right now, though, we are dry across the area. All of our major highways, US 23, I-75, all clear as can be right now. Those temperatures down into the 20s. 23, Somerset, Williamsburg, London, and Manchester. Good morning, Harlan. You're at 26. 19 for Jonesville and Clintwood, 22 Grundy, 28 in Wise, 27 up in Logan. A few spots feeling just a little bit cooler thanks to the wind chill this morning. And speaking of wind shields, you're going to need to scrape that a little bit this morning. A little bit of frost out there in some spots, so just plan an extra minute or two to take care of that. Heading out the door, only topping out in the 40s as those clouds thicken up. A few flakes of snow tomorrow. And then the question is this weekend, what do we see and how much? We'll try to answer those a little bit coming up here in a few minutes, Olivia.
Shane, thank you. The Kentucky Help statewide call center is now open earlier for those in need. The center is expanding its weekday hours by 90 minutes. They say it's to better serve those struggling with substance use issues. Jeremy Toms spoke with their director about the importance of the move.
Since the Kentucky Help statewide call center was established in 2017, its staff have received nearly 25,000 inquiries.
Anybody can reach out to us. It can be the individual in need of treatment. It can be a loved one. It can be a professional that's seeking some options for someone they're working with.
Screening and referral specialists are on the other end of that line, working to connect those in need with treatment options. Once in treatment, the call center goes a step further to help them stay in sobriety.
If they're having issues paying their rent or with transportation or with any of those things, then we will actually dig in and see what resources we can find in their area.
But if a person calls too late or too early,
when we return that call, a lot of times we don't get an answer.
Director Jamie Gillum says the chance to offer that help has gone. She says the most missed calls come in between 7 and 8:30 in the morning.
My guess is that, if someone has maybe been using through the night, they're still awake and still thinking about things.
So they're extending their hours to cover that gap as they continue to deal with the drastic impacts of addiction and overdoses. She hopes these extra 90 minutes each day can make a difference in more Kentuckians' lives.
Our goal is really just to make sure that we are able to meet people where they're at the time frame that they're able to reach out to us.
Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
Operation Unite staffs the call center. Gilliam says they will not need to add staff to their Prestonsburg office to cover the extra hours. If you or someone you know is dealing with issues from substance use, you can find the Help Center's contact information in this story on our website. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office needs your help identifying the theft suspects you see on your screen. These pictures were taken at a business north of London. The Sheriff's Office says several things were stolen. They say the suspects were last seen driving toward Jackson County in a white Nissan Maxima with a UK plate. If you have any information, contact the Laurel County Sheriff's Office. A Madison County family is heartbroken after a fire destroyed their home just days after Christmas. Kelsey Soto is talking with loved ones about where they go from here.
Last week was the final Christmas the Rectors would ever spend in their family home.
A lot of people's trying to help.
Jack and Patricia have lived here for about 35 years. It's where they brought baby Frida home from the hospital.
You know, you just got to be there for people. I mean, I've been really upset all year with my mom's health, and I've been real angry with that, but people's really stepped up and been here for us this time for my mom.
Last Thursday morning, Patricia, a recent amputee, heard a sound above her head that woke her up.
It's luckily she heard it because she can't hear well, so she screamed for my dad in that room right there, and he got up and he started dragging her out the front door, and 2 men stopped and dragged my mom across the road, and he tried to go in to save the animals and he couldn't do it.
Several of the family's pets didn't survive.
It was my mom's recliner. I mean, it's been moved out a little bit, but I mean, that's how far my mom was to it.
A few more minutes, it would have been a different story. Frida is back now, sifting through what's left, trying to find any trace of a lifetime of memories.
I'm slowly saving things that's important to us. I mean, it could be worse. Some people don't have nothing to pick through.
Gratitude. It can turn the last Christmas meal into a feast, another house into a home, and neighbors who were once strangers now are friends. In Berea, Kelsey Soto, WKYT.
The city of Prestonsburg is preparing for a public meeting this week to address a hazard mitigation project years in the making. The Mays Branch Drainage Project began in 2016 when FEMA awarded a grant that was later pulled back from the city on 2 separate occasions before COVID-19 hit. Now the funding has been resecured and the city is planning to address concerns with flooding in the area. But thanks to inflation, the funding will not cover the original project plans.
Let people know what we're going to be able to do, how much we have to work with, and what we're going to try to do as opposed to what we're going to. We won't be able to do the complete project, but we have certain areas that are doing more damage to property, or in some instances may even be life-threatening.
Stapleton said he still plans to push for as much of the project to be finished as possible, and the meeting Thursday at 6 p.m. will show the community what is on the drawing board. Officials in one eastern Kentucky county are still hoping to build an airport in the area. Letcher County officials are working with state and federal organizations to plan on building an airport. This would be located near Double Quick and Family Dollar in Isom. There is not currently an airport in Letcher County. Pine Mountain Partnership Executive Director Jeffrey Justice says it is a process they have been working on for a long time.
Letcher County Airport Board has been working toward getting an airport, a replacement for the Whitesburg Airport, for the last 20 years. The project started in February of 2004. So it was started whenever the current chairman, Randall Cottle, was a magistrate. He was passionate about aviation, and there was a group of concerned citizens.
Justice says the old Whitesburg Airport closed in the late 1980s. Kentucky kids laced up their skates and hit Triangle Park in Lexington yesterday morning for an annual hockey game. The Central Kentucky Hockey Association hosts its 8 and under game every year. The president with Lexington Thoroughbreds Youth Hockey says it is their 5th annual Winter Classic and says has been a great experience for kids.
We've been able to grow our youth program. We have equipment rentals, so if you don't have any equipment, you can come out and just rent some equipment for those sessions, and it's a fantastic way to get involved in the sport.
May shared that he wants to get more people on the rink. He is inviting anyone to try hockey for free event at the Lexington Ice Center happening on February 24th.
6:09, time for another check of the forecast, and we are seeing mainly clear conditions across southern and eastern Kentucky this morning. 27 right now outside the WYMT studio with a few passing clouds. Over in Pikeville, 28 degrees right now, mostly clear and dry. And as we head on over to UVA-wise, 28 there as well with mainly clear skies. Here's a look at the satellite and radar picture showing the clouds moving on out of the area. For the time being, they will thicken back up this afternoon as a storm system passes by to our south. Temperatures chilly though, 23 right now, Williamsburg, London, Somerset, and Richmond, 27, Moorhead, Jackson, and Prestonsburg, 19 in Jonesville. Be sure to grab that coat before you head out the door. Next 12 hours showing we only warm into the low 40s, which is about where we should be for this time of year. However, colder weather is on the way tomorrow, and then a mess of a storm system for the weekend. We'll talk about it coming up here in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Shane, and thanks for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, tensions are rising outside of the war zone in the Israel-Hamas war after a Hamas leader was killed in Lebanon.